Hi and welcome to Body Mass Index Calculator. In this tutorial I'll show you guys how to put something like this together. Okay, let me just show you around. Here I have what is known as scale. Scale is one of the widgets in Python. You have actually used it to generate or give me graduation of numbers. Okay, and right here I have a frame there as well, and in here there's a label, there's a text box, a label. Well, that's an entering widget, and there's a text widget, and I have a button there. So what I do is enter, let's say the height or the weight. Let's say the weight is about 100 kilograms, and if you enter the height there, supposing the height is about 1.9 meters, so we're talking of, let's check that out, we are approximately 27.70 BMI. So if you check the BMI table right here, you are classed as overweight. Supposing we take it down, let's take it down, see what will happen. You are still classed as overweight. But if we take it down a bit more, alright, you're sort of like in within the normal weight with your height. Okay, but supposing you are somewhere here, let's see what will happen. Boy, that's called obese. Okay, so what I'll do now is take you guys straight into Python development environment, and we put one of these together. You see how easy it is for us to put together. So let's go into Python now, guys. So close that. So we start by, we might as well save this first. Let's just save it right away. I'm going to call it BMI underscore calculator. So I'll save that straight onto my desktop. Save. So I'll start by importing as follows from Tkinter, import it all. Okay, so let me define the name of my project, root tk there, and the root, let me just give that non-resizable. I don't want it resized, so let's say resizable, let's make that 0 by 0. That means you won't be able to resize it. Okay, root title, the title, so that will be BMI. Okay, so BMI there, and let me define the following variable. Variable 1, make that double variable, and variable number 2, so let me call this one 1 and this one 2. Okay, those are my variables in place. You must enter parentheses though. Alright. Okay, so the next thing we want to do now is I'm going to create my frame. I'll call that top. That's my top frame, and let's enter roots right there, comma. Then the width of this is going to be as follows. Let's make that 1300, and the height in this case, let's just make that 50 right there, and let's go for border equals 8, and let me raise it up, raise equals there. Let's enter this here right there. Okay, so right underneath here, let's say tops dot pack, and let's say the size equals top there. Okay, that's fine. So let's do something here. Let me set my geometry here. I'm gonna need that to just for my that would be, let's go for 1000 350 multiply by 650 plus 0 plus 0. Okay, the next thing is, let me just enter my root there and just close this up now. Okay, let's save and run it, then you see what we've done so far. Right there, that's just the frame defined. So I'm going to now speed that up to define the rest of the frame. Right here, those are the rest of my frame right there. Okay, so if I run and save, so this is how my screen look like right now. Okay, close that. Now the next thing we're going to do is, let's give it a title. Okay, so the title will be right underneath here. I'm going to call it LBL. Let's say title equals label, and this label will be right inside tabs. Okay, and the one the following text inside it. So that will be, let's enter some space there, body mass index, and we want to pack it as well, comma. Okay, that's it right there. So let's just run it and see how that will look like. Right, let's see. Oh, look at the spelling of label. Let's correct that. There should be an A, lowercase. Okay, run it now. Alright, there. Now the next thing is, let's define as follows. So we go for another label. Let's get another label in. So I'll call that LBL height equals label. Right, and just make sure that is inside frame 1A right there. Okay, the next widget will be, let's get the I'll call it body weight. That will be for the scale widget equals scale, and that will be also inside the frame 1A, F1A as well. That is it right there. Okay, there was a mistake here. Let's move this. Let's take it away from where it was. That's wrong. It's meant to be right underneath here. So let's try this again to see if the scales work. That's the scale. Run and save. Right there, that's the scale right there. Okay, as you can see, one of the properties in here is orientation, or orient is horizontal. Supposing if I take that off, that means the scale will become vertical. Let me show it to you guys. Can you see that? Okay, that's why we're using that very property. Okay, undo that. There we go. Alright, so the next thing we want to do now is to enter labels and some text box there, or some entering actually. But right underneath here, let's move it up a little bit so you guys can see it. Right here I will enter as follows. Okay, that is for the height, and that is the entry that you will enter the height right there. This label is just a label showing you where the height will go, and right here, that is where the result of the BMI, that's where you will output the result. And here I have a table showing you the table of BMI, and here that's just the button right there, and that's all there is to it. So if I run it, let's run it now. Right there something is missing. Okay, this variable, you name whatever is not defined. Let's see, let's come up here. We'll change this to, let's change this to 1, 2. Let's come back in here, and this variable here, height, will become 2. Okay, so if we run it, yeah, let's see what else is missing. Okay, let's take check the BMI right here. That was supposed to be 1. Save, run. Okay, this is how the system looks right now, but it doesn't do anything because we've not written the main function. Okay, so the main function, I will undo that. The main function is right here. That's the name of the main function, BMI Calc. Okay, which means BMI Calculator. So let's take it, put it right up here somewhere. So we defined a variable called BMI Calc right there, and we enter our information here. Okay, right here we start by saying, so let me just say b height equals float. The variable is 1 dot get. That's the first one. The second one will be for the weight. So, oh, the height is 2, sorry, and the second one, that will be for the weight. That's 1 for the weight. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we'll say another local variable there. BMI will be my local variable, equals str, open and enter percentage sign dot 2. That means 2 decimal place. Close that and enter the percentage sign again, open a bracket, and we just say b weight divided by, let's get the b height, the height multiplied by b height, which is the formula for BMI. That's the weight divided by height squared, and just close that, and that is the calculation for the BMI taken care of. The next thing is LBL BMI result, which is right here. LBL BMI result, let's look for that right there. Copy that, paste that in there, dot set, open a bracket, BMI. There, that is the calculation taken care of, and that's all there is to it for now, I think. Okay, let's try this out and see. I think this might give me an error. That's supposed to be, that's a label, so let's say dot config before I run it. Dot config. Okay, now with text equals BMI. Okay, let's try it out. Run and select the weight. That's the weight right there. Okay, let's say that's the weight, and the height, let's say the height is about 1.9. Check the BMI. Okay, that's 25, which is not too bad. However, you are a little bit overweight. Okay, let's take it down, see what will happen. That's very good. That means you are within the normal weight, really. Okay, so I feel this system is very good to help you to work out to be your own BMI. So let me just show you guys the code and you see how it works. Alright, let's come back inside the code, and right here, that's where I import all of the library, and here that's the definition of my program. The geometry, this means with knob you won't be able to resize it. If I run it and show it to you guys, look at it, you cannot resize it. Okay, but if we take that out, you'll be able to resize it. That's the title of my program, and here I have my function. You can also call it method. Those are the two variables used, and all of these, those are just for my frames. That's the title for my program. I use the label for that, and here that's where I enter the height. That's supposed to be for height, really. Alright, I must have copied and pasted. That's for weight. Change that to weight. Alright, good. So that's for weight, and this is the scale itself for the weight, and here that's where I enter my height. That's the title for the height, and that's where I enter the height. Okay, and here this is where the result is, where you output the results. All of the calculation in here, and that's it. Comes out of BMI result right there. And here I have the BMI table. That's the instruction. That's just the title for the BMI table. That's the BMI table itself, and that is where I inserted the element of the table. Okay, and here you have the buttons, and that's all there is to it. So let's take it up so that you see it, and bring it down gradually. Those are the lines of codes that make up how to calculate your BMI using Python. One more time. Right there. Run it again. Enter your height, maybe 1.9, and you weigh about that. There, that's your BMI, normal weight. So with that, guys, I'm going to call it the end of this very, very beautiful program. Do subscribe and rate this program. You have a nice day now. Bye for now.